gourd is like a pumpkin or a butternut squash. The inside may be slightly black, washed out the gourd with warm water, non soap, and scrape the debris out with a spoon. If the gourd is a pear shaped one, do not remove the bud. This will cause leakage. Disinfect optional. Pass salt around the inside. The salt acts as a disinfectant. This step is also helpful for later on. If your gourd develops a mold, you can remove and disinfect for a peace of mind. Cure fill the yerba mate gourd with old used yerba tea leaves and leaves for a few hours. If you don't have any used yerba, you can use split tea bags or soak some fresh yerba in water and use that. It is important that the yerba tea is just wet until fill the gourd and leaves soaking in water. This will often lead to the gourd splitting. Some people add alcohol to the wet yerba. Any alcohol will do. This is optional. Ready for use. You can now prepare a normal mate. Over time, the yerba mate gourd will absorb more and more flavor of your yerba. Ongoing care of your yerba mate gourd. It is important that after use you remove used yerba and keep your gourd dry. Otherwise, molds is likely to form. Never leave your gourd soaking in water. This will cause it to split. The wooden mate. The wood is popular material for mate copas, mainly because of the flavor can be enhanced. Wooden mates usually give a richer enhancement to the taste, sometimes sweeter as opposed to the gourd, which is bitter. Why should I cure my wooden mate? Wooden mate are very prone to splitting, especially the palo santo wood. Curing the wood will help seal the natural pores and increase the product life. How do I cure my wooden mate? Seal the pore, spreads oil or butter around the inside walls of the mate cup. Cure filled with mate with old used yerba tea leaves and leaves for a few hours. If you don't have any used yerba, you can use split tea bags or soak some fresh yerba in water and use that. It is important that the yerba is just wet. Don't leave soaking in water. This will often lead to a splitting. Some people add alcohol to wet yerba. Any alcohol will do. This is optional after it has been left for at least a few hours. Clean thoroughly to remove the yerba and oil. Ready for use, you can now prepare a normal mate. Over time, and the gourd will absorb more and more flavor. Ongoing care of your mate. It is important that after you remove used yerba and keep your mate dry. Otherwise, mold is likely to form. Never leave your gourd soaking in water. This will cause it to split. Don't allow it don't allow to over dry. This will cause splitting. The best way to allow to dry is to shake out all excess water and dry pointing down on a dry rack. Don't leave a don't leave to dry on a radiator. Ceramic, glass, or synthetic mates. These kinds of mate cups don't require curing, but should be washed before use. They can be treated like normal crockery, but depending on the outer material, may need to be carefully washed. If wrapped in leather, the guampa horn. The guampa is popular for Paraguay, and it and is a mate cup made from hollowed out bull's horn. Its famous arching shape is iconic. and often comes with a keyring or a hook fixture so it can be attached to the outside of the bag. Why should I cure a guampa? Curing a guampa will prevent splitting, but also disinfect the raw horn material. How do I cure my guampa? Wash, disinfect, wash well with a detergent. Cure, fill the mate with old used yerba tea leaves and leave for a few hours. If you don't have any used yerba, you can use split tea bags or soak some fresh yerba in water and use that. It is important that the yerba tea is just wet. Don't leave soaking in water. This will often lead to the splitting. Some people add alcohol and to wet the yerba. Any alcohol will do. This is optional. After it is after it has been left for at least a few hours, clean thoroughly to remove the yerba and oil. Ready for use, you can now prepare a normal mate. It is important that after you use or remove used yerba and keep your mate dry, never leave your guampa soaking in water. This will cause it to split. Don't allow to over dry. This will cause it splitting. The best way to allow to dry is to shake out all excess water and dry pointing down on a dry rack. Don't leave to dry on a radiator. Simple steps to easily cure your mate GERD. Remove debris from inside the cup if there is any. Optional, pass salt around the inside. The salt acts as a disinfectant. Fill the mate GERD with used yerba leaves. If you don't have used yerba leaves, you can soak some fresh yerba in water and use that. Let the GERD sit, fill for a day. Remove all the yerba leaves and clean the inside of your mate GERD with boiling water. Let GERD dry. Now you are ready to enjoy your mate.